On Hard Quiz, it's a battle of the duds. Naomi, student. Expert subject, video game The Sims. Elliot, investment analyst. Expert subject, George W. Bush. David, retired ballet teacher. Expert subject, prima ballerina Anna Pavlova. Debbie, retiree. Expert subject, Billy Idol. Here's your host, Tom Gleeson.
Yes! Hello! Dubs! Welcome to Hard Quiz. These contestants failed on their last attempt. This is not a champions round, this is a battle of the duds! To be part of the show at home, go to the ABC TV and iView socials. Let's say hello again. G'day, Debbie.
Hello, Tom.
Now, your expert subject is Billy Idol.
That's right.
I have to ask, is it a nice day to start again?
Very good. I think it might be.
So this is your cherished poster of Billy Idol. Why are you holding pink cushions? What's that about?
When I first moved out of home, I decorated my bedroom in my new abode around the colours of that poster. So I found things that matched it, and then I dug up stuff in the cupboard and found, oh, look, I've still got those cushions and I've still got the thing that I covered my golf ball typewriter with, which was the plastic sheet. Yeah, so it was like, you know, that was a pretty sexy typewriter back in the day.
Now, you recently retired and you're working behind the scenes on community radio.
Yes, I am, yes.
What's your favourite part of working for no money and no glory?
It's like nobody can tell you to do stuff that you don't want to do. Because it's like, oh, well, if it's not too much trouble, can you do this? But you don't have to, there's no pressure. Yeah, because you're not being paid. You're not being paid. So they're very nice about, you know, appreciating what I do, and it's not this sort of thing of like, well, I've got to be here 40 hours a week anyway. So what community radio station do you work for? Tank FM in Kempsey. Tank FM in Kempsey? 103.1, everyone. Oh, 103.1. David,
Hi,
now last time you were here, you were dressed as an awkward old orchid.
Yes.
What awkward old flower are you dressed up as tonight?
I'm dressed up as the Paul Keating Waratah.
Oh. Now, you said one of the reasons you failed last time was because you had the wrong fascinator on.
Yes.
Are you wearing the... Is this the right fascinator?
Well, this is the only other fascinator I've got. So it has to be the right one.
It better be right.
Yes.
Now, I've got to get this right. Last time, you said an answer without buzzing in.
Yes.
Someone stole it. Yeah. It was the wrong answer.
Yes. Gave me time.
And then you buzzed in with the correct answer. Was that strategic play, or were you just losing your marbles?
Losing the marbles was more correct, yeah. Yes.
Elliot.
Tom.
Now, you're into George W. Bush.
Yes.
What is it... What is it that you like about the world's most disastrous Nepo baby?
Oh, yeah, good. I don't really, to be honest. I just wanted to be on the show.
Now, last time you were here, you appeared quite ill-prepared.
Yeah.
You didn't know anything. Have you adopted any more of George Bush's tactics?
Very good one.
Oh, very good, very good.
I started reading his book, but it was really boring, so I stopped.
This is you at the White House.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great photo there.
So in this photo, you've got your eyes closed and you're pointing to a tree. I feel like you might have had something before that photo.
Sorry. I'm way out of
You're just a bit... Yeah. Tree. Naomi.
Hello.
Last time you were on the show, I said this to you. Naomi, you feel like making another mistake?
Oh.
Clearly the answer's yes, because you came here again.
Yes, I am here. Actually, I've had that screenshot turned into a T-shirt that my partner is here wearing tonight.
Oh, where's your partner?
Just right in the front there with your face on his chest.
Now, your expert subject is The Sims.
Yes.
Just remind us, this is a game that virtually simulates life.
Yes.
What is it about your actual life that you find so unsatisfying?
I currently have to travel a lot, which feels like a first world problem to complain about. But I just like that on The Sims, everything that my Sims own can be in one place at one time. And that's very nice.
Now, since being on the show, you've travelled around Asia, got engaged and tried stand-up comedy.
Yes.
How'd you go?
Quite well, actually.
Oh.
Yes. Yep.
So where'd you do it?
I started in Da Nang in Vietnam.
Yep.
And then I did a little bit in Perth.
Yep.
And then a little bit more in Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam.
Okay.
As well.
So in Vietnam, did they speak English or were they just like laughing at the sounds you're making?
They speak English at
Yeah.
the comedy shows that I go to.
Okay.
Some things do get lost in translation a little bit. And I think then they're just laughing
Yeah.
at me. But at me, with me, a laugh's a laugh, you'd understand.
Yeah. Let's play. Hard!
Expert round. Expert subject. Win or lose 5 points. Steal an answer, double points.
I'll ask each of you 5 questions on your expert subject. Right, you get 5 points. Wrong, I will take 5 points from you. The rest of you can steal at any time to get double points. Let's start with Naomi and her expert subject, The Sims. In The Sims games, you can create and control characters from childhood until the end of their life, when they are typically visited by which ominous figure? Naomi.
Grim Reaper?
Correct.
Knew that one.
Don't freak out, David. We can all see that, by the way. Before creating The Sims, developer Will Wright designed what 1989 video game? Naomi.
SimCity?
Correct. Multiple popular songs were re-recorded for the games in Simlish, the language of The Sims, including Last Friday Night, sung by which artist? Naomi.
Katy Perry?
Correct. Ahead of its release, The Sims 4 received fan backlash after it was announced that the game would not allow players to build what backyard amenity?
Swimming pools?
Correct. They did eventually put pools into the game, but why does everyone love pools so much?
Because if you delete the ladder once your Sims are in, that's another very creative way to remove them.
Last question in your set, Naomi. In the event of an alien abduction in The Sims 2, male Sims might return with what surprising... Elliot for the steal.
They're pregnant?
Correct! Double points to you. With what surprising physiological change? Pregnancy is correct. And that was the last time Elliot achieved anything in this episode. Time now for Elliot and George W. Bush. Do you play Sims, Elliot?
No, I'm not a loser.
Love it when they turn on each other. While Governor of Texas, George W. Bush signed a proclamation that declared June 10th would be named in honour of which religious figure? Naomi for the steal.
Martin Luther King?
Incorrect. Debbie for the steal.
Brigham Young?
Incorrect. Elliot.
Jesus?
Correct.
I did what you did.
June the 10th was Jesus Day. Bush was criticised for excluding non-Christian faiths, but in his defence, Jesus was clearly giving him a shakedown. After discussing carbon emissions at his final G8 summit as president, Bush farewelled the meeting by saying goodbye from the world's biggest... what? David for the steal.
Polluter.
Correct. Double points to you. He then punched the air and grinned. Yes! I'm up the planet. Woo! In 2009, an Iraqi journalist was sentenced to 3 years in prison for throwing what items at Bush? Elliot.
Shoes.
Correct. In the aftermath, the company that claimed to have made the shoes renamed them Bye Bye Bush. There's also a bronze statue outside an Iraq orphanage commemorating the event. After leaving office, Bush was inspired by Winston Churchill to take up painting. Elliot.
Portraits?
Incorrect. Take up painting as a hobby, often signing his artwork with what number? It's wide open. Debbie for the steal.
2.
Incorrect. David for the steal.
9.
Incorrect.
No, I don't feel like making another mistake, Tom.
Wide open.
I'm good.
You sure?
Yep.
Time's up. First of all, let's just take a moment to enjoy Elliot not knowing the rules. The correct answer is 43. 43, yeah. Those paintings are from an exhibition of world leaders that he did. That's Wonky Merkel and Bad Spray Tan Putin. Last question in your set, Elliot. In an NBC interview, Bush admitted it was a huge mistake and he looked detached and uncaring when instead of landing, he flew over the devastation caused by which hurricane? Debbie for the steal.
Katrina.
Correct. Double points to you. Next set of questions is for David on Anna Pavlova. Take a look at this. That's Pavlova dancing her piece Californian Poppy, which she choreographed to music by which Russian composer? David.
Tchaikovsky.
Correct. Pavlova died before the age of 50, and with her last words, she is said to have called for which costume to be prepared?
Her swan tutu.
Elliot for the steal.
A swan tutu, Tom.
Double points for you.
That's a rerun. Shows I don't learn. I don't.
I can't believe you did it again. Oh, my God. If it happens again this episode, I'm going to lose my mind. After Pavlova left the Imperial Ballet, she started her own company in London, which included English dancers pretending to be what nationality? David.
Russian.
Correct.
I did it right.
Well done.
Yeah, the public wanted their dancers to be Russian, so they took on pretend Russian names. Yes. It's like how I pretended to be a communist to get this job at the ABC. Workers unite! Pavlova toured the world extensively, including Latin America, where she adapted and brought international attention to which Mexican dance? David.
She toured South America, and in Lima, she adopted the tango, but that's not a Mexican dance. I'd say the Mexican...
Debbie for the steal.
Macarena?
Incorrect. It's wide open.
Oh, I think hard bus again. The Mexican hat dance.
Naomi for the steal.
La cucaracha?
Incorrect. It's wide open.
Hands up.
Time's up. The Mexican hat dance.
I said that, but we didn't hear it. Never mind.
Now, let's just go through this. A lot happened just then. David buzzed in to tell an anecdote. That's how it started. Then Debbie buzzed in, got it wrong. Then David kept trying to buzz in despite me pointing out earlier to Elliot that you can't buzz in twice. Then David said Mexican hat dance. Naomi buzzed in, didn't hear it, and said something else. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Good on you, good on you, good on you.
You have absolutely outdone yourself. Last question, your set, David. This Melbourne statue by Tom Merrifield is one of a series based on Pavlova's ballet named after what fast-moving insect? David.
The dragonfly.
Correct! It's just nice to have a question followed by an answer, really. All right, last set in the expert round, it's Debbie and Billy Idol. Born William Broad, Billy derived his stage name from a report card on which his chemistry teacher had written the words, William is what? For the steal, it's Elliot.
Idol?
Correct! Double points to you. Yeah, because Monty Python's Eric Idle already existed, he changed the spelling to I-D-O-L. So, yeah, his name could have been Billy Little Shithead. Here's Billy in 1977 talking about what he'd do if he made a lot of money.
Spend it on like having a good time, taking people out. You know, like just having great fun.
He'd spend it on what first? Debbie.
Drugs?
Correct!
What would you do with the money then? I'll spend it on drugs.
Yeah?
Yeah. Spend it on drugs.
Yeah, and he did do drugs. He overdosed twice, went to rehab and was carted off by the army for trashing a hotel room in Thailand.
Yeah.
He says one of the only things that stops him relapsing now is that he doesn't know anyone who sells drugs anymore. When Billy's single Hot in the City was first released in America, what was intentionally omitted from the sleeve art? Debbie.
Photo of him.
Correct. You know the story?
Yes. I think initially there was something where he had some publicity with his photo and the Americans were all like, no, we're not getting that nasty punk on our station. So then they did it without his photo and then suddenly it was great and it was a whole different ballgame.
A trip to Tokyo where Billy saw people at a disco looking at their own reflections inspired the writing of which song, Debbie?
Dancing with Myself.
Correct. Last question, your set, Debbie. In 2023, Billy became the first person ever to headline a concert at which Colorado River landmark? Debbie.
Hoover Dam.
Correct. We've looked through their subjects, now let's look through mine.
Tom's round. Tom's subject, multiple choice.
This week I've been really getting into sequels. I love it when only some of the cast come back for another go-round, like Battle of the Duds. This round is multiple choice. Select your answers on your screens and press the buzzer to lock in the answer. Which of these titles is not the official name of a movie sequel? A, Speed 2, Cruise Control. B, Alvin and the Chipmunks 2, The Squeakquel. C, Final Destination 2, Very Final. D, Miss Congeniality 2, Armed and Fabulous. The answer is C, Final Destination 2, Very Final. Taking place amongst the roller coasters of New York's Coney Island, Love Never Dies is the sequel to which musical? A, Beauty and the Beast. B, Carousel. C, The Phantom of the Opera. D, Starlight Express. The answer is C, The Phantom of the Opera. As reported by Four Corners, this sinkhole at infrastructure sequel Snowy 2.0 was caused by a tunnel boring machine with what name? A, Gordon. B, Florence. C, Dave. D, Megatron. The answer is B, Florence. In the fourth Jaws film, The Revenge, widow Ellen Brody confronts a shark that she believes has followed her family to what beachside location? A, Bahamas. B, Bermuda. C, Cuba. D, Gold Coast. The answer is A, Bahamas. Very concerned with Elliot's score. Last question, my round's worth double points. Celebrated crime novelist P.D. James wrote Death Comes to Pemberley as a sequel to which classic work? A, Great Expectations. B, The Handmaid's Tale. C, Murder on the Orient Express. D, Pride and Prejudice. E, A Room with a View. F, Wuthering Heights. The answer is D, Pride and Prejudice. All right, at the end of my round, David, you're at the bottom on 5. Get over here. As a dud, you really have delivered.
I'm a double dud.
You're a double dud.
Yes.
Where do you reckon you went wrong?
Well, I should have brought a different fascinator, but... All right, but I've enjoyed it.
Okay, out. There we go. Right, it's a people's round.
The people's round against the clock.
Brace yourself, play along at home. Your time starts now. The Amazon River is in which continent? Elliot.
Africa.
No. Oh, my. The correct answer is South America. Steve Irwin was best known as the what hunter? Naomi.
Crocodile?
Yes. Classic author sisters Anne, Charlotte and Emily share what surname? Debbie.
Bronte.
Yes. According to the Bible, the Israelites escaped Egypt after God parted which sea? Naomi.
The Red Sea?
Yes. An apparatus used in gymnastics is a pommel what? Naomi.
Pommel horse?
Time's up. You got there just in time. All right, at the end of the people's round, Debbie, you're at the bottom on 15. Get over here. I'll be expecting a full debrief on your Kempsey community radio station tomorrow. What's the frequency again?
103.1.
103.1.
FM.
Tune in. Debbie will give it a full rundown. and David might even call in. If you can work out how a telephone works. All right, you know what this means? Out! There she goes. Only two left. Who's going to be the hard quiz champion? Naomi and Elliot, get over here because it's time to play hard quiz.
Final round, head-to-head. The Sims versus George W. Bush. Hard quiz, battle of the duds.
Now, there can only be one hard quiz champion who gets to take home the limited edition Big Brass mug. What will you do with the mug if you win, Naomi? Oh, bearing in mind, dud mug, so it's got a hole in the bottom.
It's perfectly designed to be a planter for a plant that needs aeration in the soil. So I'll just pop a little plate under it and put a pot plant in it.
What about you, Elliot?
I'll probably sell it, to be honest.
I'll buy it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'll sell it to Naomi or David or something.
All right, it's best of 5 penalty shootout style harder questions on your expert subjects. So it's Naomi's knowledge of The Sims versus Elliot's knowledge of George W. Bush. Let's play hard! Naomi, this is a sim of me. It's Tom Gleesim. Doing a bit of stand-up. Guess it's hard to have thousands of people in the theatre. So let's just see me living out some of my best fake lives. All right. Here's me pretending to be Ando for a day. Tell me something painful so I can paint with your tears. Here's me modelling. It's as empty as I thought it would be. Here's me living out my dream of sunbathing. That one's private. Here's me having a quiet night in with my sim twim, Tim Gleesim. If I was playing Sims 3 and wanted to make a random joke appear in the console, what cheat code should I enter?
Control-Shift C to open the cheat bar. To make a random joke appear. So testing. I did random jokes _ enabled space true.
Incorrect. The correct answer is joke, please. Elliot.
Tom.
At the 2001 Summit of the Americas in Quebec City, Bush told reporters he refused to answer questions neither in French, nor in English, nor in what?
Well, he is famous for having like a very American, Spanish-sounding vocabulary, the way that he said his Bushisms. But I believe the answer is Mexican.
Correct. I want the old Elliot back. Naomi, according to Sims voice actor Kritzia Barhos, how would you say the phrase goodbye baby in Simlish?
Baby is niblu or nibu or something, and hello is sulsul. And I don't know if it's the same for goodbye. It might be sulsul. So it's not.
I feel like an icon's going to appear above your head.
Sulsul nibu?
Incorrect. The correct answer is dag dag nubu. I thought you were having a stroke there for a second. Elliot.
Yep.
In 2002, Bush told journalists he suffered these facial injuries when he fainted at the White House after choking on what food?
I believe it was a pretzel.
Correct. Naomi.
Yes.
Many of the Sims games include messages on the startup screens while the game is loading.
Yes.
Finish this one from The Sims 2 Nightlife.
Reticulating splines. Tom, I'm pretty sure it's reticulating splines. It's in like every single Sims game. They're always reticulating splines. Don't ask me what a reticulated spline is, but the splines are being reticulated.
Correct.
Yes.
Elliot. Immediately after learning that a second plane had hit the Twin Towers on 9/11, Bush spent the next several minutes in a classroom listening to children read from a story with what title?
Oh, I should know this one. Oh, green eggs and ham. And no, I know it's not that one.
Incorrect. The correct answer is the pet goat.
Yeah.
Why didn't he do anything right away?
He said that he didn't want to shock the children because he was talking to a bunch of kindergartners, and he said that if he got up and started screaming and running out, then it would have kind of traumatised them, which is probably fair. But he got a lot of backlash for sitting there and doing nothing.
You also wanted to find out what happened to the goat. You start a story, you want to know the end. Naomi.
Yes.
In order to sell The Sims in China, the makers had to change the game's life of crime career path to what?
To miming.
Correct. Which, if you think about it, is also a crime.
Arguably more so.
Yes. Elliot, in 2008, Pope Benedict delivered a speech to the White House on freedom and religion, after which Bush said, "Thank you, Your Holiness," followed by what two-word compliment?
Awesome speech.
Correct. You need this, Naomi. If you get this wrong, then Elliot, you are, I cannot believe it, tonight's quiz champion. Naomi.
Yes.
Able to eat a sim whole after luring them in with some cake, the cow plant is otherwise known by what Latin-sounding name?
It's carnivorous, carnificious, I think, and I'm pretty sure it's not. So.
Incorrect. The correct answer is Largonaphalus simnoveri, which means, Elliot, you are tonight's High Quiz champion! All right, Naomi, you know this thing. Out! There she goes. Congratulations, Elliot, you are tonight's High Quiz champion, which means you get the big brass mug and you get to do the sign-off.
Thanks for playing hard.